6 little kittens were busy at play. 3 were black ones and 3 of them gray. 2 have white noses and 1 have white paws. All have long whiskers and all have sharp claws.
In our last episode, we took up the importance of developing attentive listening among our students. In the video clip you've just seen, the teacher used a song to develop oral comprehension, which is very crucial in getting and understanding messages. Oral discrimination and oral comprehension are essential skills in developing attentive listening. In the previous lesson, we also emphasized the importance of oral discrimination and oral comprehension in developing attentive listening skills among our learners. We also showed you the use of the whole text repeated approach, which is one of the many approaches to develop oral comprehension skills. Today, we shall take up yet another type of listening, critical listening. There are 2 types of critical listening, analytical listening and evaluative listening. Hi, I'm May Fernandez Legaspi for another episode of Listening. As the name implies, analytical listening skills enable the learner to establish relationships between and among items in a given text. In the classroom, we can devise and think of innovative ways to develop the students' critical listening skills. One technique is through TQLR. We will learn more about that when we return. What do the letters TQLR stand for? Let's take them up one at a time. Let us first discuss what letter T is all about. It means tune in. This is where the teacher makes the students tune into the topic and make them recall what they know about it. Let's see how this is done in the classroom.
Good morning, class!
Morning, ma'am.
How does everyone feel today?
Right, ma'am. Thank you.
I'm glad to hear that. I think that today will be a good day for a discussion. You see, class, we will be talking about certain problems and issues that our country is concerned about nowadays. Now, can anyone come up with a problem which you think our country is facing as of this moment? Can I see a raise of hands? Yes, Luis.
Ma'am, I think one of the problems that has been giving us headaches is the traffic situation.
You're right about that, Luis. Any other answer? Yes, Kathy.
Ma'am, about poverty, I think many of us are below the poverty line.
Can anyone else come up with another answer? Who else hasn't recited yet? Yes, Lenny.
Pollution, ma'am. Pollution is a real problem, ma'am.
Class, your answers were all correct because there are no wrong answers here. However, what is more important is for us to be able to find solutions to these problems. Now, what I would like you to do is to listen to an interesting recorded tape, to an interesting recorded talk. You have to listen to it very well because I'm going to ask you questions later on, okay? Are you ready?
Yes, ma'am.
We have with us a resource speaker from the Department of Environment and Natural Resources.
What topic do you think will be talked about by the speaker from the Department of Environment and Natural Resources? Who can make a good guess? Yes, Tony.
Ma'am, maybe you'll talk about illegal logging.
Maybe. I write that down. Illegal logging. Any other guess? Yes, Lorena.
Ma'am, perhaps illegal fishing.
Illegal fishing. Maybe yes, maybe no. Who could make another good guess? Yes, how about you, Ramon? What do you think?
I think the man will talk about killing animals.
Probably. Any other? Could make a good guess. Yes.
Probably he'll talk about destroying natural resources.
Destroying national resources. This is a good guess, but who could guess again? How about Rana?
I think the speaker will talk about endangered species.
Endangered species. Class, all of your answers are correct in one way or another, but there is only one correct answer here.
Let's try to describe what we have just seen. Why do you think the teacher stopped the tape after she had made her students listen to the beginning part of the recorded talk? What did she want her students to do? Right! The teacher stopped the tape because she wanted her students to predict. Yes, predict what the selection was going to be about. In other words, the teacher made the students tune in to the topic. We'll learn more about this when we return. Let's see what the letter Q stands for in TQLR. Let's go back to the classroom.
We shall listen to the second part of the tape. But this time around, you will have to listen even more carefully because I will ask you to form your own questions based on what you will be listening to. Is that clear? Yes, Lorena, do you have a question?
What do you mean, ma'am?
What I meant was that we will play the same text again. But this time around, you will form your own questions as you listen to it. Is that clear?
Yes, ma'am.
So we're ready?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
You and I are the smartest creatures on earth. We can do what we want to do. If we decide to kill other animals for their skin, nothing can stop us. If we cut down trees and destroy our forests to create a farm or city, the decision is ours to make.
Well, class, we have written down several answers on the board. Which of these is the correct answer? Yes, Noel?
Ma'am, the speaker is going to talk about illegal logging.
Then who gave out the correct answer?
Tony.
Yes, Tony gave out the correct answer. Very good, Tony. Class, after listening to the text, what issues do you think will the speaker address in his talk? What do you think? Rhea, kindly share with the class your sample questions or the questions which you would like to ask the speaker.
Ma'am, maybe I could ask him the question, who destroys the environment?
I will accept that, Rhea. That's a good question. Who destroys the environment? Any other questions? Who would like to add to that? Yes, Danielle.
Ma'am, what about this question? Why do they destroy the environment?
Good question. Why do they destroy